Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode numero uno. It is Dijote, Carlos, and Cristina. I don't know if I said that right, or Cristiana, or one of them. This is the first episode of Talking Topics with the three amigos. We are all matching today in our CP apparel because the CP made me do it. And I will get into that just a little bit later. Our topic today is just because I have CP does not mean that I am stupid. Hey, Cindy, welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. Let me let y'all know we are not on Let Go Radio. We are live on Facebook. We about to be live on YouTube, and this shit here about to get real. How is everybody doing today, Christina and Kyle? How are you? Thank you for joining me.
I'm excited. I'm actually very pumped about this because we're not on the radio and because we can get a little bit more honest than say the otherwise. I mean,
I think we can be honest on the radio too, but this is without the filter, and
a little bit more raw.
I just love to just drop a bomb when I want to. You just mother all the way around, and I just don't care no more. Okay, so I can do that. All right, I got the sensor here too. How y'all doing? Thank you that you love the shirts, Cindy. These shirts were made by Mr. Kyle Russo right there. Y'all can actually go in and buy the shirts, the yellow, blue, purple, green, all the colors of the rainbow. Go get yourself one if you got CP. Hell, get yourself one if you ain't got CP. If you ain't got CP, if you got PC, if you're politically correct, if it made you do it. Go buy the shirt right now. Kyle can put the link in there. My secretary can put the link in there. She is a secretary now, so I can actually say that out loud.
Yes, I have a Teespring store, everybody.
Yep, gotta check it out, man. The man making money, make it rain. How y'all doing today? How's everybody doing?
I'm actually doing pretty good. I know your day was a little bit rough.
Woo! Oh no, it was smooth as hell. I smoothed it right on out. Pothole and all. I just smoothed it right on out.
Christina, how are you?
I'm a little tired. I've had a busy couple of weekends, and I feel like I'm still trying to recover from that. But excited for this, though. I'm excited to just discuss a topic that's been something that has always bothered me. And, I feel like lately, the more the three of us talk, the more some of these situations are coming about that, remind me that this topic needs to be discussed. So
it is amazing to me. All the comments on the shirts. And I love this. I said I got the whole full shirts and you see now everybody now.
I will put a link.
Nikki said, DJ, I can't see your head. Let me go up just a little bit. Just a smidgen. Sorry for the technical
difficulties. Showcase the shirt, I'm sure, but yeah.
There we go. Let's back up just a little bit. There it is. CP made me do it right now. Okay, there you go, Nikki. Now you got the full frontal view of my big ass head. There we go.
But we love to see your face, DJ. We love to see it.
Yeah, boy, you want to see it today because I'm about as riled up as 2 AA batteries, chock full of energy, boy. Woo! I got a good one. Want to welcome everybody to the first episode of Talking Topics with the Three Amigos. This show is going to be dedicated to topics we all want to talk about. If the audience has got a topic you want to talk about, if God himself pages down and says, I want to talk about this topic, that's what we're going to do. We are going to pay attention to ourselves. We are going to pay attention to others, and we are going to talk about topics, some that piss us off, some that make us happy, some that make us sad, and some that make us want to punch our dad square in the mouth. Sorry, Daddy, don't want to do that. Love you. Just like you had to rhyme with it, trying to go with it. Hope everybody is having a wonderful day. As I said, if you'd like to get the CP Made Me Do It, CP Problems on the back, blue, purple, yellow, green, all sorts of colors in there. Go check it out. Click on the link right there that Mr. Russo has so happily placed into the comments.
Thank you guys for loving my shirts. I know this has nothing to do with our topic, but thank you for loving the shirts.
Look, this has everything to do with the topic because see people, Lord Jesus, CP people broke, all right? We need to help us out.
Sometimes it's honestly, that's why I made the shirt, because it's like, well, people be like, well, what was that? I'm like, oh, the CP made me do it, like a spasm, just a random fall.
Falling stuff, falling over, tripping over a small blade of grass as you're walking through the yard, and you just tumble.
Small blade of grass, hell, tripping over air. Ain't nothing there. You gonna fall over talking about something. Well, I know what happened now.
Just the other day, I was on a FaceTime call with DJ, and all of a sudden he sees the ceiling, and he's like, Christina? I'm like,
where did you go?
Like, I'm good. I just might have fell over. Sorry about that.
So we decided, for our first show, we don't know how long this is going to go. It may go 30 minutes. It may go 45. It may go an hour. It may go 90. Hell, we may top it out at 2. I don't know. But I'm just trying to tell y'all, I'm excited because what I'm tired of is the disabled community being looked over, being passed upon, when we're looked at, when we're approached, automatically that we have mental issues. Now, I can be just as clean as I want to be, but I can also be the dirty dog in the group, and I ain't afraid to bite somebody. Arr! I'm trying to let y'all know I'm in the mood to bite somebody today. Sorry, I don't mean to intend that. I did have my vaccinations. I'm letting y'all know. Sometimes you got to stand up for yourself, no pun intended. I'm going to let my other two amigos over here go first because I want to ask a couple of questions. When you think about this topic, just because I have CP does not mean that I'm stupid. Let's go from this. What does that mean to you?
Well, for me, it's that, there's this like misconception that because you have a disability, you have an intellectual disability, because that is the type of disability that I feel they think is the most common. Mm-hmm. And it is common, but people like to lump every type of disability into one. And it's, you can't do that. Not even with CP. Because the brain damage is different from me than it is from Christina, than it is from DJ. But we all have cerebral palsy. So you can't decide that, oh, you're disabled. Well, that must mean you're intellectually disabled. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm just saying you have to be careful to not assume. I've had people do that, where they talk down, where they talk to you like, do you understand me? Yes. If you'd let me show you, yes, I do.
I understand you. I got 2 words for you, mother, right here. I'm going to let you know. I'm in one of those moods, y'all. But see, here's the thing. It's almost a common response. Now, a lot of people will say that's society, okay? Society has made it that way. Christina, the amigo down on the bottom, or amiga, I should say, I guess. What is your thought on just because I have CP does not mean that I am stupid?
I mean, I'm going to agree with what Kyle said. People tend to make lump assumptions. I also think sometimes the media doesn't necessarily help with that because, people are portrayed in movies and TV in a certain way. And while some of those things are nice to give people exposure to disability, sometimes then people take, that one person that they know with CP and they think that it just is that way for all the cases. So it just makes it really easy for people to overgeneralize. And, in my experience, people thinking unintelligence, it really comes out when I start speaking Spanish. Like, people are just shocked that that's a thing because, people with CP who have, speech difficulties, and that's part of it too. But, you would just think that it would just be unheard of for a person with a disability to speak Spanish. And I'm just always floored by the amount of shock that people have that, oh my goodness, not only can she speak, fluent sentences in English, the Spanish is there too.
Let me say this. There's a young lady that just got on the show, Miss Kayla. This young lady right here is a firecracker, and I love her to death because she is one of the smartest people I've ever met. Now, she's nonverbal, but she types faster and talks faster than most. Now I say that because I want to mention something, and Lord have mercy, CP people and disabled people across the world, please don't take this the wrong way. But everybody has just a little bit of brain damage. Now, what do I mean by that? You see, I realize that I don't excel at everything. I am not a mathematician. I do not spell well. I do not jump out of a plane without a parachute that opens. That motherfucker gonna be tested. As I said, we laugh, let it fly. So I'm saying this because I think everybody has things that they struggle with or they have problems with, but that does not make them stupid, because there is no such thing as a stupid person. There are stupid actions and stupid things that are done by people. Some of them need to get run over. I promise you we're going to get to that one for y'all. I got a good one, but I'm holding it, you see. But everybody's got problems that they suffer with in here, because just because you're blind, just because you're deaf, just because you do not speak verbally does not mean you are stupid.
Well, you're right, DJ, and because I think people assume that you must be able to communicate to be smart. Like, you don't have to speak to be intelligent. It's not. But I think people associate like being able to be vocal as being smart, but that has nothing to do with your intelligence.
Right. The way that you express yourself. I so agree. The way that you express yourself, like as long as you're able to still express yourself, that's what counts. I think people look at this like cookie cutter view of what they think is normal, and if you're anything outside of that, they just continue to make assumptions and think that you can't think for yourself.
I love how you said cookie cutter view.
Well,
because it's what it is when you look at it, nobody is the same. Because if we were all the same, okay, it would be very boring very quickly. Now, I'm going to say this, and please forgive me ahead of time. We all have moments, okay? That happens. That is a fact of life, okay? Sometimes I do a split in the bathroom because the floor is wet. I can't help it. It's a moment, all right? That does not mean I'm stupid. It means my legs hurt and something else might when I hit the floor. But I'm just trying to tell you, there's a difference between stupid and stupidity. Okay? And I don't like using the word stupid because it's a stereotype to me. That person is stupid. Wait a minute. You don't know what that person's been through. You're going to judge them by the way they look because they've been over a little bit, because they hop on one foot, because their toe is crooked. Motherfucker, how many toes you got? Don't you get a hangnail there once in a while? Do you know what it's like to walk with a hangnail in your toe? I'm sorry, but I view people here first. And you should. You got to, because it's
you're doing them a disservice.
Look, we got to stop letting people intimidate us right now. I'm gonna say that. Thank you. I appreciate that. I love it when a disabled person can surprise a non-disabled person that they are capable with what they're capable of doing. Yeah, let me since Miss Cindy brought that, I love Miss Cindy. Miss Cindy on the point. Oh, Nikki got a good comment here too. Let me pull Miss Nikki up. Hey, Miss Nikki. And just because you have a disability doesn't mean you have a personality. Doesn't mean you don't have a personality. No, we have a personality, people. That is very true.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and this goes back to what Christina said about the media in terms of view. When the media, even outside of movies, the news is always the worst case scenario. The news is always bleeding hearts, where it's like, we need to make you feel bad for this disabled person.
Well, I don't want to say always, but I will say in most cases, you're like, oh God, let's give them money. It's so
Yeah, I mean, okay, not always, but like the majority.
Right.
Like 90%. It's always like, wow, this severely disabled person overcame this obstacle.
Let me ask you a question right there, Brother Kyle. I got to stop you. Severely disabled. Take that word and throw it out the fucking window.
That's what my point is, that they take away by these stories of the spectrum of disability.
Because this person has no arms and no legs and can talk and give motivational speeches, they are severely disabled. What makes a person severely disabled? What is severe? Anybody know what severe is? It's a hardship, okay? Everything that we go through, there can be a severe overcooked deviled egg somewhere, all right? Where that sucker is hard in the middle, the shell is cracked. I mean, you got water coming in, you got water going out. That is a severely overcooked deviled egg. Okay, that is severe. When you got a steak that you cook and you can bounce that son of a bitch on the floor, I cooked my steak. There you go. I mean, that's severe. I don't like putting a severe label. I don't like putting a label on a person at all. Because I'm going to tell you, that is severely wrong. Okay? I want to take the words severely disabled and just go, you stupid mother, quit saying that shit. The next camera person I see that goes, you've got to hear this story. He overcame all the odds. She overcame all the odds. No arms, no legs, one chair, severely disabled. I just want to see the chair just go, fuck you, and just start chasing after him. Because it's their opinion that we are severely disabled. We are not severely anything. We are severely wonderful people made to do what we're supposed to do, and nothing should stop us.
Yeah, by labeling it like that, it makes you assume that that person is like living some terrible life. And that person could be the happiest person you've ever met.
Right.
I woke up this morning. Okay, it was more like this afternoon. But I woke up this afternoon with a smile on my face and a crick in my neck. And I got in my chair, and the first thing I said was, oh, Lord Jesus, I got to poop. Well, that doesn't make me severely disabled. What that means is when you get up in the morning and your system starts to go, you better go too, okay? I'm just trying to let you know. I got to laugh a little bit.
Yeah,
DJ likes his poop. DJ likes his poop stories, everybody.
I do, man.
That'll be a recurring thing.
Oh, Lord.
I feel a lot of people that claim their disability. Oh, wait a minute. What in the world? I feel a lot of the people that's supposed to be claim, I think.
That claim they are disabled. They're really not. They just want money, but that's people of trains in New York.
Now see, you got to be careful with that, because that to me is using the system.
Oh, there's people that use the system.
But see, there are people that are disabled that also use the system. And I'm going to be honest. I have a handicap van that has a ramp. Do I technically need a handicap parking spot? No, because I can take my ass in my chair, push my little stick, and roll myself 500 feet. But you got somebody that's skinny as a rail, carrying 6 bags of groceries, parking in front of a fucking ramp that I can't get up, and I'm going, I'm just going to sit here and wait. How you doing? Hi, your legs work. Could you slide your car up just a smidge? Either slide your car up or I'm going to slide it up for you. Now, does anybody have an interesting story that made them feel like they were presented as stupid? Does anybody got a story like that?
I don't have one that pops in my head, but there are times when I just get people that, you know, I'm holding a conversation with them, and I feel like they're talking to me with kid gloves, and it's like
the
why?
eggshells.
It's like,
I don't really approach him. He's gonna get offended. Oh my god!
Like, yeah, no, I remember a specific instance when I was traveling. I was with my family actually. It was my first trip to Spain, and my mom and my sister had come to sort of join me at the end of my trip, and we were going to do this whole vacation thing. I'm sitting in the restaurant, and it's one of those restaurants where, you know, you go up to the counter and order, and they bring it to you. So I go up to the counter to order, and the guy looks at me, and he's like, and he just had this look of just like confusion on his face, and he's like, but how can this be? You speak Spanish better than I do. And I looked at the man like, what on earth are you talking about? Like, I was just absolutely speechless, and I didn't know what to say. But I'm just like, how can you look at a person with a disability and assume that they don't know how to express themselves? Now, I know it's one thing when you see an obviously American-looking person in Spain. Yeah, they could probably assume that person might not speak Spanish. But to look at me and to say, how can this be that you're expressing yourself in another language right now? I wanted to look at him and say, you know what? Look here. I've been living here for 5.5 months, and I haven't spoken a lick of English the entire time except for to translate for someone else. So stop assuming that I cannot communicate.
To the able-bodied people of the world, we can succeed, motherfucker. Get it through your head.
I mean, it might take a lot of gosh dang work, but that don't mean I ain't willing to do what it takes to get there. I mean, you guys know me. I don't stop for nothing. Like,
I love
you are a train of success.
I'm going to tell you what. That's why I love Christina. She is a locomotive of power. And if you get in her way, she will knock your ass over. And smile. Just smile. How you doing? Whack! Get out of the way. I mean... But see,
yeah, don't confuse my smile for me liking you, because
okay, I love the fact, and see, this is where I have had a filter for 39 years. 3 weeks ago, I took my filter and said, and threw that son of a bitch away. Now,
I can tell.
Am I professional on Let Go Radio? Yes. Am I going to stay professional? Yes. Y'all gonna have to get with this here. Because shit gonna be real right now. And I'm gonna tell y'all some stuff. See, we as a people have to realize that we're worth it. But ain't nobody gonna stand up for you. Or let me rephrase that. There are very few people like a Winnie Wilson in the world that'll stand up for you. Or like, you know, somebody that you have in your corner that'll stand up for you, that you've been a friend with for so long. There are very few people that will stand up for you. So you got to stand up for yourself in the only way you know you can. And this one right here is a common one. I'm going to mention this because Nikki, man, or talk to me like a baby. I hate that crap.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the one story I've told this before. I think I told on my show. I got 3 stories I want to tell y'all. They're both short, but they're both real. I'm in Walmart, right? And I like ramen noodles. I was back in college shopping for my shit, you know, getting my deodorant, my ramen noodles, my Windex, you know, the essential stuff that you need to really live in college. My bed sheets, my powder, my deodorant, all this stuff. And I go down the bin and pick some of the sheet. This lady comes up to me, and she got to be 60-something, 70-something. I don't know how old she is. She said, "How are you? Oh, you're doing such a good job." I'm like, have you lost your mind? And
I'm doing the same job that everyone else in this place.
She stopped because she failed to look. I said, "Lady, look here. You look awful nice today. Got your hair done. I don't want to say nothing to a lady wearing a hat that's bigger than she is, but I'm going to tell you right now, you better move." She said, "Oh, I'm sorry. Did I offend you?" I said, "What the hell do you think? Talking to me like I'm 2. Oh, they hit you in the face with this damn shrimp ramen noodle. Just go on out about your business. Go on." See, all I want to do is be treated fairly. And that's not a hard thing. this is what I want to mention.
Well,
go ahead, brother Kyle. Go ahead, Carl.
Well, to be treated fair, that's the thing. Because people think people with disabilities are stupid, they think they can treat us unfairly, and we're just supposed to like let it slide.
I literally had in the same Walmart. Sorry, Walmart. I love y'all. Extra low prices every day. Same Walmart. Another lady came up to me, and she said, "How are you?" Now, at this point, there's a switch in the back of my brain that flipped. And when this switch flips, I couldn't help it. So please forgive me. Please forgive me for what I'm about to do. I said, "How you doing, my baseball?" And I followed this lady through the store going, "Being your Frank, I'm following the lady. I'm following the lady." And she's freaking out. She doesn't know what to do. She's going fast, trying to walk fast like an elderly lady was trying to, and I'm just following. And we get to the door, and she's got a cart full of shit. And I go, "I'm fine. Thank you very much. Have a nice day." She looked at me and she goes, "How could you?" I go, "Really? How could I?" I said, "Do me a favor. Don't judge me because you think that I'm mentally disabled. Ain't nothing wrong up here, except that I talk shit from time to time. I talk one and take one just to let y'all know. It is what it is. That's how it goes. It's life. I'm tired of people pushing me to the side, thinking that I don't matter, thinking that I'm not going to speak. There's a time to say something. There's a time to shut up, to be honest. Sometimes you just got to go, Right now, that is very hard for me to do. Because people that you think you know, people that you think you know, that you've known for almost 11 years, I'm not going to say no names, that you thought was in your corner, they don't have the balls to tell you, "I don't have time for you," to your face. No. They want to call somebody and let somebody else know, "I don't have time for him. I can't train him the way he needs to be trained."
Yeah, why couldn't he have said that to you?
Ho! And Kyle picks up the bat, hits the ball. That's all. That's it right there. I didn't tell you anything of the story, and you answered the fucking question, asked the question right on the air. Why couldn't he have just said that? Not saying that it's a he, not saying that it's a she. Maybe it's both. You know what? You don't know. All you had to do was talk to me and say, "You know what? I don't want to train you. I don't have time." You know what? I would have had a lot more respect for you then than you going to somebody else who I know very well and tell them, "I got to tell you something about DJ. I just don't have time to train him the way he needs to be trained." What am I, a fucking chimpanzee? I got your banana right here, buddy. It's not very appealing either. Y'all see what I did there? Oh, that was good, wasn't it? It irritates me. You're going to talk around me?
Yeah, I don't understand why people can't talk to our faces. Like, I'm a grown woman, and, I'm not saying people can't say stuff that's going to hurt my feelings, but, like, I can take it, okay? Just, like, talk to me.
Just to piggyback off of that, they think we're fragile. That we can't, like, comprehend, we don't have the emotional intelligence even to handle criticism or, anything like that. Because intelligence is much more than book smarts. It's emotional intelligence.
Right.
It's so much, and we're not fragile.
It's these life skills that they, again, assume that we don't have, so they talk around us rather than to us about issues.
And the thing that hurts the most is they could tell me everything else. They could tell me I was wrong for calling them out. They could tell me I was wrong for saying all the things they could say. They could tell me I was wrong for saying I didn't ask them 32 times about being a black belt. Whoops, did I just leak a little information? I'm sorry.
Are you though? Let's be real.
But you know what? If you can't see what you do wrong and people have to tell you, open your fucking eyes, for goodness sake. Your business is based off of people. You're going to tell me you don't have time to train me? And yet now you don't want to tell me, but you want to go to somebody that I admire and I respect and tell them? And he asked me to leave it alone. He said, leave it alone, DJ. But you know what? I can't. You know why? Because inside it's ripping me apart and it's not fucking right. When I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. If I came across the way that you didn't like, I apologize. But you know what? Handle your shit, man. I'm a person, not an object. You ain't gonna go around me like a road cone. I'm sorry. That bothers me. I gave 10 years of my life, almost 11 years of my life to this place. And quote unquote, you don't have time to train me? Okay. Won't see my ass stepping inside that dojo again.
Well, and it's not even that he doesn't have time to train you. It's an example of it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Had he come to you like a man, as a person, and said, hey, I understand that you want me to teach you. As of right now, I don't think I'm the best fit for you.
Right. That's all.
You asked him to treat you like he would have treated anybody else.
And I said,
maybe he thought he was trying to be like, oh, I don't want to hurt his feelings. But again, you're a grown man who's capable of processing his feelings in a healthy way. So,
and here's the thing: when all this started, I said, I want to talk to you face to face. He said, we can talk right now, 9 a.m. Wake my ass up. Wake me up. What's up, Tucker? You the kitty, man.
Tucker's here just agreeing with everything, by the way.
Yep. That is the cat of
he's Puss in Boots.
Fourth amigo.
Yeah.
Man, I got this.
We just need to get him a shirt now, but I'm not sure I could put it on him though without getting
get him a little fourth amigo hat. That'll be it. Now, and really, Kayla, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Respect.
Yeah.
Because the words he used against me were, you got to be focused. You got to be determined. You got to be humble. Humble? You want to talk to me about being humble, but you want to go to somebody else to tell them you ain't got time to train me? Humble? Oh, look up the word in the dictionary. Jesus, help me, Lord. That's only one story.
Yeah. Why don't we tell him about the story you told us off air before we came on? Because
I was waiting for it. And Mr. Kyle, first baseman, queued it up. All right, so let me just set the scene for you guys. I'm one of these people that when I want to do something, I do it. I don't give a damn what anybody tells me. I listen, when you think I don't listen, I hear everything you say, and I remember. I never forget. I have a photographic memory. A lot of people don't know that. This instructor knows it now because I just called him out on Facebook Live. He probably ain't going to see it. Somebody might see it. Somebody might forward it to him. Don't let the door hit you on the ass on the way out. Just like, being honest. You ain't got time for me. I ain't got time for you. So I was on my way to the store. I went out and I said, okay, I'm going to go check the mail and I'm going to went and got some peach margarita mix, 1800, 9.9% alcohol. I'm going to be happy tonight, Jack. Miss Winnie recommended it. Now they finally had it, so I went and bought some. Thank you, Miss Winnie. I appreciate that. So I went and bought some, got it chilling in the fridge right now. Might pop one after the show.
There you go.
Went to Food Lion and I went and got some stuff that I needed. And then I decided to go to the dollar store. Well, I went to the dollar store because I was on a roll, no pun intended. And I said, you know what? If they got my hole punches, I've been trying to get a single hole punch for about a month and a half. And every time I go there, they out. So I said, okay. But they had hole punches today, and I went ahead and bought 2 because I can afford $2. So I'm in line, and there's this nice cashier, and she's helping out. And I'm talking to her, and she's bagging stuff for me, and I'm getting my card out, and I hear this man say, "There's a line back here, motherfucker." Excuse me? You talking to me? Because I don't answer the motherfucker. At that point, I turned around. I said, let me tell you something. Don't talk to me like you know me. And don't act like you're going to do something. I said, because I will tell you right now. You say one more thing to me, I will take this 325-pound chair and roll over your ass. I said, because the one thing you're not going to do is rush me when I pay for my groceries and my time at this store and everybody else is waiting patiently and you got to run your mouth. I said, so do me a favor. Since your legs work, run your ass back there a little further. Unless you want to do something and unless you want to make a spectacle. I said, because I guarantee you 2 sounds will happen. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor, and you will see your share of blood on it. Now, I'm going to tell you something. I don't make a threat. But when you cross me and call me something that I'm not, did I handle it the right way? Probably not. Do I regret it? No. Because I realized something. If you let somebody walk over you and he going to step toward me, I said, go ahead. Step toward me. That's the last mistake you ever going to make. I said, I'm a certified black belt and I don't mind whipping a little ass today. I said, so either back up or make your move. And at that time, I saw his hand go up. He said, I'm good. I said, okay, great. Have a nice day, motherfucker. And I said it just like that. Because I'm going to tell you why.
Nobody was expecting you to say something.
See, you think because I sit down in this chair, I don't feel, I don't hurt, I don't break, I don't crack. Do I do everything right? No. Do I handle every situation right? No.
Who does?
You know the Pope. Every once in a while, I'll be like, I want to bitch slap him. Get on my damn nerves. It happens. You've been sitting in the drive-thru for 20 minutes waiting on your food. You pull up to the window, and they give you cold fries, and they put pickle on your burger after you told them 3 times, no pickle. You got a right to get a little mad. Do I normally confront confrontation? No. As a martial artist, I back away from it. Was that a black belt way of handling a situation?
No, that was the I don't give a shit way of handling it.
There you go. Hey. That was the I don't.
But here's the other thing. It takes some serious incidents to get someone to that point. Like, we're at this point because it's happened enough times that we get so fed up with it. And can anybody blame us? I sure as hell hope not. Because, after so long of people talking to you like a baby, talking down to you, oh, I didn't see you there.
That's my next one.
A little too much, and we can all only take so much of that before we break and we just say enough. We're people too. We have feelings, and I just don't understand what it's going to take for people to realize that.
Well, the problem is they think we're not emotionally intelligent to know that they're insulting us, and it's just going to go over our heads. And then it's like, oh, Well, hey, listen. Like,
now I will tell you, there were people with phones out. There were people with their mouths open.
You're going viral, DJ.
If I go viral,
I knew him before he was famous.
Here's the thing, and I want to say this point blank, without cussing, without saying anything that I don't have to. Push me to a certain point, and eventually I will push back.
Everyone will.
I am a man. I am a common, loving, understanding, happy, CP having man. And there are points in my armor, as good as I am, and as oh so sexy as I want to be, when you push me to a point of no return. I don't care if I work with you. I don't care if I work for you. I don't care if you are a balloon operator and we are 35,000 feet above in the sky. You in that hot air balloon and you say, get out the way, motherfucker. You know what you're going to hear?
Oh, you better hope you know how to operate the balloon.
Pull it. That's all I know. Pull it and let the air out. That's it. But I think people forget. They are so focused on what we look like, they don't see that switch back there. Because I'm going to tell you, this is a light chair. My best friend in one of my best friends in Blackpool, England, has a chair that weighs almost 400 pounds by itself.
Wow.
That dude is 2 bills. If you can add, that's 625 pounds. Can you stop 625 pounds at full speed? I don't think so. In other words, shut the fuck up.
And get out of the way, too, while you're at it.
Move, bitch. Get out the way.
Now, let me comment on something my sister said down there. I'm sorry I didn't see you sitting there. It is impossible not to see my big ass. Okay? Let me let you know. I have not missed enough meals, and I am training, and I am weightlifting. I have not missed enough meals to where you cannot see my big CP blueberry wearing ass. I'm going to tell you that right now. If you don't open your eyes and look when you go over to another motherfucking aisle, you better open them. And them damn carts, I'm going to tell you, the last lady, about a month ago, about 2 months ago now, I was in Food Line. And the lady had all her kids, like all 27 of them in Food Line. I don't know why she got to bring everybody. Okay, she got a train full of kids. Because I hear, and that's just the feet just running. And I wanted to go, when she came across, because I saw all the kids. So I'm going down the aisle, down the soda aisle. I know I shouldn't be. But I'm going down the soda aisle, getting my ginger ale and root beer. And I'm on the right side of the aisle. Every child wanted to get right where my chair was. And she gonna yell at the kids, something. Can y'all move out his way? Now I like that because mom trying to handle business. 2 minutes later, I go to the next aisle. She booking. I'm sitting there, she boom in the back of my chair. I'm like, oh hell no. And she heard me go, oh hell no. And the first words out of her mouth was, I'm so sorry, baby. I ain't see you sitting there. I weren't watching where I was going. Look, that's an honest mistake. Because she said 2 things. I didn't see you sitting there, and I was not watching where I was going. Newsflash, people. Open your eyes and slow the fuck down. You'll get through life a lot better that way.
Amen. I mean, yeah. Shit. Like,
I mean,
I love what you said, because also for me, like, whether you're rolling or whether you're walking somewhere, like, people look at me when I walk in the room. What do you mean you didn't see me there? Really? Like, you must be blind, because, like, there ain't no missing me. Especially not now with my lime green crutches.
Well, and to go on top of that, not only, you know, the crutches bring attention anyway, but I realized I walk, like, because of the crutches, I take up a lot more room than if I'm just walking, you know. So if you don't see me coming, like,
that's kind of a you problem, honestly, because, like, I'm here, and if you don't know it, you really ain't paying attention.
You know what I want to start doing, people, is I want to start carrying a megaphone going, DJ Carter's coming down aisle 1. Everybody move the fuck out of the way. Like, seriously, because I feel like the world is forgetting common sense. Now, like I said, do I handle every situation right? Was God happy with me at the dollar store? No. No. Was God upset with me at the dollar store? Probably. But I will tell you.
Again, if you poke the bear,
took the words out of my mouth. I will sit there and wait until I get to my point. I will sit there and wait until I get to my point. But when I get past my breaking point and I snap, I told Emily the story when I came in, and the look on her face was, oh my God, you gonna kill somebody. Because, I mean, I was so angry because it is ridiculous. You got to wait to go 1 foot, and she's moving and doing stuff, trying to get the bags on the back of my chair. You got a line back here, motherfucker. I know what I got. Shut the hell up. Wearing mismatched shoes, bedroom slippers out to the dollar store. What is wrong with you?
Oh, Lord. It's just like people going to Walmart in their pajamas.
The people of Walmart.
Look, I'm going to be honest. Guys, realize what you're wearing. Women, realize what you're wearing. Don't put that stuff on if I can see stuff hanging out. I don't need to see all that. I sit down. I'm right at your ass level. I don't need to see all that. Bump a sticker on your butt talking about bootylicious. Ain't nothing bootylicious about shit hanging out your ass. No. No.
But I had to cough, so I was muted, so I didn't realize it was still muted when I said, you know, God might not been happy with exactly how you handled it, but I'm sure he's happy you stood up for yourself, because
I don't want to cause confrontation, but I'm not going to run from it anymore. I am worth something. I'm worth a lot. And it's not that I'm worth all the eggs in China or all the gold bars in the cave or the buried treasure of Senator Monaco or anything like that. But damn it, I'm worth something. And if y'all can't see it, then get the fuck out of my way. Let me do what I got to do. I am tired of being taken advantage of, pushed around, talked to like I'm like 5 years old. No more. Filter is off. Now, do I want to carry a gun and start shooting up people? No. Am I going to start beating the hell out of people because I can't? No. That's not what I'm trying to do. You don't have to like me. You don't have to agree with me, but you damn sure better respect me, because if not, you about to get our ass whooping.
That's it. All we want is respect. I don't know why that's such a hard thing. You know?
And dignity. And something I want to touch on too is it has to be much worse for the nonverbal, because going back to you know, we do feel. So just because you can't get away, people think they can get away with talking to us a certain way. And we, the three of us, are able to, you know, vocalize, hey, that pisses me off. Hey, like, and to not have that capability and have people still feel that they don't feel, that's not the case. Just
this one right here. This is my boy right here, Blake. Like you told me not too long ago about a certain situation. I told you about fool me once, shame on me. Twice, Shame on me. Don't cry when you get it the third time. See, I'm gonna tell you, Blake's got CP too,
Hi,
and
Blake.
I had it when I first met Blake. I asked him the funniest question. Had CP for 38 years, 37 years. I asked Blake. I said, "You were born with CP, right?" I had a brain fart. I'm like, did I just ask him that question?
Well, technically, it can happen up till you're 5.
Well, yeah, but the funny part was Blake is looking at me like, dude, you got the same thing I got, and we're laughing, but our kindredship that we have, and see, I know exactly what Blake is talking about. You gonna knock me down? That's okay. I can get knocked down, but you better pray to God I don't get back up. Because when you knock me down, you better finish the job. I'm not trying to be bad. I'm not trying to be a badass. I'm not trying to say I'm going to fuck everybody over, but I will say this. You hurt somebody I care about, or you go after somebody I care about, I will mess you up. I will not let my friends, my family, the people that I love be taken advantage of. Because we as a people have to unite and understand that we're worth it. When a person that is disabled gets molested or beaten or talked down to or made fun of on social media, not one person should jump up. Everybody should jump up. Everybody should jump up and realize just because that person can't see or can't talk or can't walk doesn't mean they can't feel and they can't fucking think. Please, as individuals with disabilities, stop saying you understand what we're going through when you ain't got a fucking clue. We're not stupid. Stop. I broke my leg 6 months ago. I've been in my chair for 3 weeks. 3 weeks? Motherfucker, I ain't burned out the motors.
Yeah, they haven't even begun. They're just beginning. They haven't even begun to understand what that's.
I'm not saying that what you're going through ain't tough.
But everybody has their difficulties, but we shouldn't spend time, belittling others' difficulties when we have no idea in reality what it actually feels like.
Look at Shayna. Shayna went through so-called quote unquote normal life. Polymyositis hit her, dropped her like a ton of bricks. She's still fighting, still kicking, crocheting, lip gloss lining. I mean, got it all. Girl got it going on and working hard.
Yes, she's gonna be future president. I'm bringing that up again. She's gonna be future president.
You mess with my sisters, I'm gonna hurt you.
The thing that surprises me, though, is there are so many people with disabilities that it's just like, how are we still here? How are we still at the place where, we're seen as, something's wrong with us, abnormal?
Right. It's 2021, for goodness sakes. How long is it going to take?
There's so many. I mean, and it goes back to you talking about us using our voice. We need... those with us with disabilities need to use our voices because there's so many of us. It would be a loud collective voice if we all were using our voices.
We have got to stop being afraid of what others are going to say and think, because we have got to think for ourselves.
We've got to think for ourselves, and we've got to be willing to state that. We've got to be willing to put it else out there because, who better to understand disability better from than the people that live with it every day, and if we're not willing to open up and let people know about some of these things, they're not going to know.
And I'm not saying, I think it's important to say, we're not saying you have to do it every single time somebody wants to know something. There are certain situations where it's today is not the day. I just mean in general.
like 2 weeks ago in the doctor's office not in the doctor's office, I was going into physical therapy. I went and I sat down, and this old lady next to me says, "Oh no, what happened? Did you break both your legs?"
No, but I can break yours.
I said, no, that was one of those times where I didn't want to give them the whole story. And I said, no, it's always been like this. And she says, oh, I'm sorry. I said, don't be. I don't know any different.
See, but that's the best way to say it.
And here's the thing. I love messing with people. I love making people laugh.
We know you do.
I was in, and let me say two things before I say this, because we're getting on the hour mark, and I don't want to keep my family too long, because I know they have lives. And there's a reason I decided to do with this show with Christina and Kyle, or Kyle and Christina. I see them as my equals. They have been in my corner since I first met them, and they mean a lot to me because their opinion matters. Okay, the CP people in our group matters. Okay, every person that watches this show and that gets something out of this show, and I know I went a little above a 10 today. You guys,
but that's what this show is for. Like, being on Mecha Radio is wonderful. Thank you again, Miss Winnie. But you can't always go to above a 10. This is the show where you can go above a 10, and we don't have to feel bad about it.
But I will say this. Now that I say that to my two lovely co-hosts here, oh my God, what happened to you? Let me give you just a tidbit. I was in Applebee's, and there was a waitress, and she had a long day. She was tired. She said, oh my God, sweetheart, what happened to you? I said, it was terrible. I said, I was in the plane. The last thing I know, he said jump. And I did. I pulled the ripcord. Nothing happened. I'm screaming, oh dear God, I'm going to die. I said, the beginning was smooth. The middle was smooth.
The end?
The end was very concrete.
Oh, Lord.
And she looked at me, and she did not want to laugh, but you could just see her little cheeks were just... She looked like she had about 12 grapes stuck in it. I said, honey, you need to spit that out. Don't hold it in. Don't swallow it. And she laughed so hard that she snorted and started crying. She said, I'm so sorry. I've been on my feet all day. I didn't know what to say. I said, honey, I can't help you there. And she laughed again. She's laughing so hard. The manager came out. Now, keep in mind that I'm sitting on the Applebee's bench, not in my chair. He said, Carter, party of two. I said, oh my God, I can't feel my legs. And the manager's like, oh dear God. Like, he had that moment of
like, oh shit.
He's like, oh shit, what the just happened? I'm like, I'm just fucking with you. No, wait, I really can't feel my legs. So I get in my chair and I'm like, dude, I wasn't like this when I came in here. What the hell did you put in that alcohol? And the manager just starts busting out laughing, and the waitresses are falling over. That is a moment that I never forget, because that lightens the mood. That stops the issue. That is okay. It's okay to ask what happened, but it is all in the way you say it.
And the intention behind it.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember the first time I spoke in a high school. And the principal came and he said, can I ask you a question? I said, you just did, but go ahead. He said,
I hate when people say that.
I just want to know what happened to you. I'm like, sir, it was awful. I had an allergic reaction to gravity. I was peeing everywhere. No one knows why. And the look on his face, he was so concerned. He's like, oh my God, I'm like, dude, it's a wheelchair. It's not that hard to figure out. I fell out of my treehouse, broke those legs. It's fine.
My mom and I actually used to say that maybe we should say that I was skydiving or something to make it more interesting.
Well, yeah.
And my mom actually told me a while back about the first encounter that I had with somebody asking me that when I was standing there. And it was this new girl had come to school, and I went to grade school at a very small school where everybody knew everybody. And she looked at me and she goes, "Oh my gosh, what happened?" And I'm like, I looked at her, I was like, "Huh? What do you mean? Like, this is me." And my mom's just standing there, and I don't remember exactly what my mom said to her, oh, she's all right. Like, she just, uses these canes to help her walk or whatever. But, like, yeah, like, it was just funny to hear my mom saying that I was basically like, I don't understand. What do you mean when you ask what happened? Like, I'm me, and I hope that everybody out there, listening to this show with a disability kind of feels the way that I did when I was like 5 and that happened to me, because, we are us, and, nobody's changing that. So we need to be proud of it and, know that there's nothing wrong with it. Society can have their misconceptions, but there's nothing wrong with you. Okay. Like,
although there's plenty of things wrong with me. I just hadn't figured out what
disability is not one of them.
But disability is not one of them. Okay.
Well, this makes me think of my brother. Because one of his things he loves to do, especially when I was, we were like younger.
Oh Lord!
We get in a public place, right, with a lot of people, and he'd start walking real fast, and he'd yell back, and he'd say, "Come on, Kyle! It's not like your legs are broke." And people would be like, "Huh? What?" And then, like, you could just see the stares, and then we would just bust out laughing, and then people would be like, "Oh, like it's okay." Like they thought, like he's like this asshole's insulting this kid with crutches, and like I don't know why that was funny at the time. I see that could be a little problematic, but it was just one of those things where he'd be like, "It's not like your legs are broke, they're only half broke," or he would just say something like that, and people just wouldn't know what to say or what to do or how to respond. And then when we laughed, they'd be like, "Oh, that's okay. Like, it's okay." Of course, it's my brother, so I guess that's what like makes it okay, because my brother has always had my back, and like I know his intentions are good, and like so if somebody else said that to me, I probably would turn into you, DJ, in that instance at the grocery store.
Yeah, don't get Kyle mad, because it's really, really scary.
Okay, if we're being honest, when you'll know I'm actually mad when my voice gets super deep and I start like Batman voice. That's what I call it. If I ever start sounding like Batman, that's when something's wrong.
His cheeks get red, and he has to stop and take a deep breath because
I start shaking. So it takes a lot for me to get mad, but if somebody else who I didn't know yelled that to me, I'd be like, that's a different story. But
talking about brothers, just to share a little bit with you guys, my brother and I used to fight all the time when we were growing up. We had a 6-year age difference, but later on, we didn't fight as much because we could relate. And we were in a restaurant one time, and I remember I was in a manual chair, and I transferred into a regular chair, and he moved my chair on purpose. And we're sitting there, and I had a CP moment where I couldn't open the drink or whatever, and he's like, "Oh my God, what happened? My poor brother." I'm like, "I am the Bionicle Man. We can rebuild him. We can make him faster, better, last longer." Wait a minute. We ran out of money on the second half. Oh, fuck. We're done. Literally, the people in the room were trying to hide their faces. And I looked at the waiter, and he goes, "Is that your chair, sir? Do you need that?" I went, I don't need a chair. I don't need it. I'm perfectly no battery. No. And my brother goes, and he throws something at me. I'm just fucking with you, man. I just need the chair. It's okay. And it just,
You ever thought to say, I've never seen that chair before in my life,
but I'm gonna take it. That chair is now mine, and somebody that really needs it is gonna be shit out of luck. But you know what makes me happy about this right here? You know, we all deal with a lot of shit. Okay, and I'm not talking about of the poop variety. I'm talking about of actual shit that we deal with. Okay, there's a difference. Poop comes out, shit stays in. You gotta understand that. All right, so we're talking about the group, and I know Cindy's up here too, and Nikki, and
we love you guys. Thank you for watching our first episode.
We have said this since the beginning of the show. Remember that just because a person is quote unquote disabled, they feel, and it's not that we're fragile. Good God, you're not going to break us. We're already broken, for God's sake. It's like the freaking metric set with all the missing screws. My legs are dangling, my foot's going one way, toes curl under. But you know what? I have funny moments. I have CP moments. I spill my water. I need a fork for my chicken tenders. I make the waitress go get me another one when I drop it. Because if I bend over to pick it up, my ass is falling on the floor, okay? It's called trunk control. Let's understand this. It's, we have days where it's not a good day. We have days where it's really, really, really a bad day. But then we have that day where we get to go to Busch Gardens and we get to go to the front of the line and we're like, fuck you! Because at that moment, that's the only fucking perk we get.
That and parking.
Yep.
I mean, I had somebody at Busch Gardens say, why are you going to the front of the line? I said, I got 6 wheels and you got 2 legs, bitch. That's why. Whoa! I enjoy being a shithead sometimes. I'm allowed. I can take it as good as I can get it. Trust me. My brother toughened me up. Best thing my mom ever did, I'll never forget this when I tell this story, won't end it. I was being a smartass to my mom. I was 12 years old. I was going to therapy. My mom said, if you don't stop, I'm going to turn you over and leave you. I said, you in what army? My mom said, boop, flip my chair back. I looked like a turtle on Prozac. I was like, Mom, this ain't funny. Mom, come here. Mom, don't you run from me. Mom. Okay, Mom, I'm sorry, Mom. What? I said, I'm sorry, Mom. Now, the funny part is, she got me on my back, right? She ain't realized when she got me on my back, she couldn't pick me back up. So I'm like, oh, great. Now I'm laying here on the floor. Mom is laying on the floor. We both laughing. The therapist comes out and says, oh my God, what happened? I screamed, it was a hit and run. I'm like, shut up. I'm like, oh God, my legs. Wait a minute. Wait, there's no blood. It's a miracle.
Oh
and the therapist just dies right there in the middle of the fucking street. And helps my mom get me up and we go into therapy. So we have those funny moments. Guys. Just understand that we're people too. And if you want to ask us a question, ask us a question.
But have some tact, for goodness sakes.
Poor Christina.
Yeah. I mean, there is a way to ask a question. I mean, put a little thought into it. It would be appreciated.
I laugh so much I gotta pee. Okay. Woo! I'm sorry I had to bring that out. Woo. All right. Look, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in to our first episode. Join us every Monday at 5:30 Eastern Time, 4:30 Pacific Time, 4:30 Central Time. I'm sorry. You guys got any closing thoughts before we go?
Thank you for watching.
Respect is key, and yes, thank you for watching.
Yeah. Respect, but use your voice too. When somebody doesn't think that you're intelligent, you let them know otherwise.
I'm not people. I'm a freaking Terminator. I'm just not a good one. Oh, Blake, I'll end with that comment. Look, you can catch us every Monday, like I said, 5:30 Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 Central Time. Thank you all for being with the three amigos.
Thank
Kyle,
you.
Christina, and D to the J with the roll away. We hope that you enjoy it. Please share it and let us know topics that you want to hear about. I think we're going to create a page for this, and maybe we'll get some topics because I know the secretary is on top of that. Of course, after she pees, she's got to go. So we'll let her have a bathroom break first. But we'd love to hear some suggestions from you. So please, we'll have talking topics with the Three Amigos like page. That'll be up soon. And you guys can definitely leave topics on there. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you next Monday where we talk topics that you want to hear about with the Three Amigos. We'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you. Bye.